Jing, it's an honor to have you today in this beginning of my podcast. So, you are my second guest, and I want to introduce you to my audience. Jing is a highly accomplished mortgage broker and the owner of her own firm, recognized as one of the top producers in New York City, and known as the queen of all things mortgage and investments. Jing brings unparalleled expertise and insight to the table. Today, we have the privilege of learning more about her and her knowledge, her passion, and her advice. So please join me and welcome Jing.
Thank
Welcome,
you,
Jing.
Claudia.
So, Jing, I have a few questions. I really admire you as a person because you are such a passion to help people at the same time. You are also very knowledgeable.
Yeah, sure, definitely. So, while I was thinking about this, I think there are two things that really impacted my life in general. Was number one is my mom, and as a person, not an incident, but she's the most beautiful thing that happened to my life. And the second thing was that I came to America when I was age of 15. That my mom made a decision of bringing American education, creating this opportunity for me to come to America for education. So when I was 15, I didn't know much. At that age, nobody was able to make a decision for themselves in general. But my mom made that decision for me. So that, it was such an impactful experience was because at that young age, I came over here without family, pretty much just by myself. Of course, I have some relatives that helping me, but I came into realization that my life was just changing, that I lost because when I just came, I didn't know the language. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anybody around me. So we pretty much start from scratch all over again. So at that time, that just having no friends and not knowing what other people are talking about around us, it was very, very difficult. But it taught me that in a young age to be independent and to create everything all over again. So I would think of myself as a creator, that always not being afraid of new things, and always just make it happen. So that's one of the biggest thing for me. And my mom, that I just want to add that, she's always that person that, giving good advice and bring me over here, and just giving a lot of financial advice, life advice to all the friends around her, all the family around her. So that was so impactful because I want to be the same person that's just like her, that always giving to others. Right now, it's the education part,
Mhm.
and also the connecting with people, because we are in the business that to connect, to make human connections with people, right? Just learning a lot of every different kinds of stories, knowing their life goals, knowing their financial goals in order to help them. But what really brings me the biggest joy is really the education part, where, when I was talking to different clients or even just people around me, that I always want to bring my knowledge to everybody. That, that's why that I continuously learning new things,
Mhm.
so that I always invest in myself, and I know that kind of investment will always impact others.
Mhm.
So that is one of the biggest joy, that I just want to bring a lot of financial knowledge to people.
That's really good
Yeah.
because I think that this is something that you're always doing, that when you're talking about it, time seems to disappear and you still like want to teach.
Yes, 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 definitely. Even sometimes that, there are, some prospect the clients that calls me that maybe they're just buying a house all cash, but I will get into investments, what's good to invest, and it doesn't directly bring us any business, but I just enjoying that part, because if I can bring them knowledge, they can bring others knowledge, and you know just creating that kind of ripple effect, it's very impactful. I love it.
I totally agree.
Like, I always believing that you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Right, right. So coming back to what you said, that we can say as much, but some people would not understand. But it's okay with me, right? I think I can only do my part
Yeah.
of giving them as much as they can absorb,
Yeah.
or even just at the back of their head, right? And as the time goes on, they're gonna think back and say, oh, this is what happened. This is what Jing told me, and I think that's enough, because planting seeds, be patient. That's it's always number one thing. I It's very, very good question. That I remember in the age of 20s, when I just graduated, and you're looking for jobs and all that. Everybody's doing soul searching, right? Even though nobody has experience, and then doing soul searching. And so I was doing the same thing. And people will ask, like, what are you passionate about? What you care about, right? But when we didn't have so much life experience or work experience, it was really, really hard to figure out, I think, for younger generation, like everybody. So I just set this little goal. I just asked myself, and I set this little goal. I said, I want to help people that I care. Steps, very, very important to me. They're like my family.
Mhm.
So all the referral partners that we're working with are like real estate agents, financial advisors, accountants. So to me, that's really, really important, including our past clients, the clients that we're working with that we know, because if these people that already trust me that I can really help,
Mhm.
then the ripple effect goes out and out and out, right? So they will tell their friends, and then it just goes out that way. So I always want to focus on people that I trust and trust me first, and then the community just grows.
That's really good because it's like a inner circle. The inner circle goes to the inner circle, and then it just expand and expand. That's really good. I like that.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
remember you telling me about how you help your staff in doing investments, and how they are actually now having the advantage and the amount that they have not ever imagined they have. That's really
Yes.
good. That's an impact for sure.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, definitely. And they learn, and they tell their spouse, and it just, and then they tell their family and friends. So we'll do investments together, we'll do private money together. Or I'll teach them how to put money away, to have a tax-free account. And I think it's important to make money, but it's also important to make the money work for us, right?
It's true.
So that is the golden nugget of a investment of real estate, that
Mhm.
how to make money work for us. So that is really our primary focus, not just helping client get a loan. That's just the starting point.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I like that.
It's the mentality, it's
Mm.
the mindset, first of all, because we want to help, and we really think from clients' best interest.
Mhm.
That's always number one thing. So I will always tell the client that if I think this is not the right house for you, I will not let you buy it.
I know that.
And,
Yes,
and we experienced that
yes, yes,
together.
yes. Yep,
We did. So sometimes it was painful to go through the process,
true.
but I think in the long run, it's a good thing. Like, for example, we had somebody that really bought a house, but came back to me 3 years later and saying that falling behind mortgage because the tenant is not paying.
Mhm.
So it's a tough market in New York, and especially we want the benefit of being a landlord, but we also try our best to minimize the downside. So when they become a homeowner, that's just a starting point, and there's a lot of other things that need to be done to protect their assets, to make sure that their investment grows.
Right.
So yeah, it's
So,
a mhm.
so we would say that, you're set apart because you are actually treating your client like a family. You don't just like, okay, this is a transaction.
Mhm.
I actually want you to be better off after you buy this place and when we close on this transaction. That sounds like what you're doing.
Yes, yes, definitely. One is, that's what we care the most. It's and another thing that sets us apart is really I bring the same philosophy to my team. So
Mhm.
my entire team embrace that philosophy. So they think from that perspective whenever they are looking at a file or whenever they are taking on a case, like they would think the same way I think
Right.
that we want to, if anything happens, we're like, is this the best thing for clients? And when they think that way, that I'm very, very, very grateful because I cannot do this alone. Yeah, sure. So I am a mortgage broker. I help clients get the residential and commercial mortgages for the houses that either they buy or they invest in, and also the to lower the interest rate by refinancing or by cashing out their properties to buy the next property. So anything that has to do with getting a loan for your property, that's what we do. Yeah, sure. My phone number 917-325-0684. And you can search us at Jing's Mortgage Team on Google. It will pop up.
Okay. Do you have like an Instagram that they can follow or Facebook or anything, LinkedIn?
Yes, it is Jing's Mortgage Team.
Even for everything is Jing Mortgage Team?
Yeah, Jing's Mortgage Team. Yes, and yeah, we actually have our DBA approved. So yeah, just it's not official yet, but we're going to have our own brand and our own name as a mortgage broker. So that is upcoming the next month.
Jing,
Yeah,
thank you so much for coming in and talk to us. Short and sweet, but we learned so much from you. We'll have a second part next time, okay?
sounds good. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.